What's up, guys? Got a little Pursell Farms content. I wanted to get something on the YouTube. I got invited to play with a few friends here, so it was a super casual round, playing in a foursome. I was tripoding myself, so what I've learned throughout making content is it's very hard for me to stay focused and play well when I'm tripoding and setting up the camera and playing in a foursome. There's just a lot of moving parts. I'm trying to be non-intrusive to my playing partners, and so it's a very, very relaxed, casual round. Not the best golf, but like I said, I just want to get a little content for you guys. So I hope you enjoy. This is the front nine at Farmlinks, and let's get it started. All right, so number one, I'm sure you guys know these holes, or at least if you're in the content world, you've seen some videos. But number one's a par five, a lot of wide open tee shots at Farmlinks, so it's just full send. This one's 560, so trying to rip it down the middle. Not the best swing. I overdrew it, just in the left rough there. It's no problem at all. I had 280 to the front of the green. It was back into the wind, so thought maybe I could sneak a DOD on, just full rip draw, turn it over a little bit. It was kind of a copy and paste of the tee shot actually, so. Just left of the green, but a good spot with that right pin. I had green to work with. Anytime I get to a course and I have my first like chip or pitch or lag putt, it's a big question mark on like what the greens are going to do, right? And so being bent greens, they're always soft at Farmlinks. And I anticipated a pretty soft green, but I thought landing over the bunker on a downslope, I thought I could get it to scoot with a 54 degree. It really didn't do that. Even hitting a shot that kind of was driven down, it really just didn't go anywhere. So disappointing birdie putt for a pretty easy hole, outside of 20 feet here, maybe 22 feet or so. Back up the hill, looked pretty straight, put a great roll on it. I thought I made it, but it just turned off left. So great roll though, tap in par, even through one, no big deal. And number two, of course, going with DOD. There's going to be a lot of DODs out here. Driver off the deck if you're new to golf, I guess. I don't know. But perfect swing, drew right down the left center. I had 123 to this pin, which is usually a pretty stock gap wedge for me, but a little downwind, and the slope kind of went right to left. I just took a 53 degree and hit like a trap draw, get everything out of it I could, full rip at it, and use the slope to kind of turn it in a little bit. And really good swing, perfectly hole high, ended up about 12, 13 feet here. My playing partner Kenny, who you just saw, shout out Kenny, he had a chip that was very fast from the front of the green, so I thought at the hole it would kind of work its way back to the right. I thought it'd be a double breaker, it just didn't turn back, but it was a great roll, tap in par, keeps me even through two. Number three, this one's 335 to middle of the green, so the front edge is, I don't know, 315-ish, give or take. Back into the wind, I'm not going to get on the green, but it's one you want to just full send. It's a nice wide open tee shot, so it's a full rip, get as close as you can. I ended up having about 55 yards here for the second shot. Pin was back middle. So just taking my 60 degree, pretty stock shot. I like to flight these down. It almost feels like I'm just squeezing the ball into the turf and hitting like as low and squeezy of a little pitch as I can. This came out perfect. Took a hop past the hole, spun back to 3.5, 4 feet. So basically this was a pretty straight putt. I was playing it a hair right of center. Definitely did not start this a hair right of center. It started it pretty straight, if not a hair left. But it went in the left side, so it's a birdie. Got me to 1 under through three. Number four, this is one of the toughest holes on the course, especially with that back left pin today. So it's 441 on the scorecard. With the back pin, it's probably 455, 460 to that back left pin. Into the wind still. This is the same direction as number one and number three on the course layout. But I had 200 yards to the stick here, going with a 5-iron. One of the best swings of the day. The slope's kind of working left to right. So I wanted to hit a kind of a big low hook in there, not only to let the wind hopefully not touch it, but also kind of work it into the slopes where they kind of push it back out, which is what happened. It landed in the fringe, kicked right, gave me this really good look at a three on one of the toughest holes. And it was just a putt that I knew would break a lot. But usually bent greens don't snap, I would say. There's just not that grain making it really turn. But just had a lot of movement, even with relatively firm pace for me. But a tap in par, very happy with that. It keeps me at 1 under. Number five needs no introduction. Y'all have seen this all over every content page. It's just one of the prettiest looking shots and holes in the entire world. So from this back tee box here, it was actually like 204 to the front left pin. Just kind of scary tee shot, honestly, for even though it was only an 8-iron. I mean, the balls in there are so long. I was playing it like 165 because if anything, it was downwind. So just cruising the 8-iron. Thankfully, hit it right center of the green just like I wanted. Anywhere left is gone, short is gone. So I ended up working back off the slope, and I only had about 20 feet or so for the birdie. So, almost a 10 out of 10 shot. We'll give it a 9 out of 10. But good look here. I didn't really see it going right that hard. You can see the aeration holes could be a factor. They're recovering from being aerated and punched. Obviously, it's off season, and they're working on the course. But maybe that was a factor. But either way, it went right more than I thought. No sweat at all. Tap in par. We're taking it. Number six here, it's a par five, full send again. This one's about 550. Just like a lot of tee shots out here, wide fairways. it's not an uncomfy tee shot, but this is definitely one you could lose your ball in the fescue anywhere on these holes. So it's nice to put it down the middle of the fairway. And I just quite didn't get down the slope, so I still had 245, which is a relatively long second shot for this hole. I felt a little bit of wind in my face when I was kind of getting into it with my 2 iron. Normally 245 downhill is a perfect 2 iron, and I just tried to kill it. It felt like it needed to be an over 250 ball, and that's a huge 2 iron for me. So probably should have backed off and switched to a 3 wood or just waited it out. But I pulled the 2 iron, not a bad spot, obviously, just left of the bunker there. Pitched it over the bunker here, really good job judging the distance, better than the one-on-one, but obviously I kind of had a little bit better feel for green firmness at this point. So tap in birdie, got me to 2 under through 6. This club actually, this is a random eBay purchase. It's an old V steel with a steel shaft. I kind of just wanted it. I was like $15, I think. So I'd actually never hit this on the course and just wanted to hit it. I ended up necking it a little bit. Kind of a short, leaky fade. Not the move. A DOD down the middle would have done me a lot better. But I had about 191 to this back right pin, which is a little embarrassing. The hole is like 400 yards scorecard. So, 420 to a back pin. Had like 190 in. So didn't go. The 3 wood didn't go anywhere. But to make matters a little worse, the right foot slipped there and I kind of chunked the 5 iron. So we're just mega struggling for par here. Not how you want to play this hole, but a really nice pitch in there gave me something like 5-6 feet here, and it was a pretty straight putt. The only question mark comes from footprints. The greens are pretty soft, so foot traffic is a thing, but a good roll. It didn't do anything crazy, and we got away with our par. Number 8 here, so it's 200. I want to say it was 220. We figured it was playing like 200, so it was a pretty stock 5 iron. The wind should have been off the left. Again, kind of. I've been making all these videos like curving the ball a ton on YouTube and Instagram, and I almost feel like on some of those really wide open holes, I'm not very decisive with shot shape, and so I am left to play for some wind, and then I don't know. I feel like it would have been better off if I hit a crazy shape. But solid strike there was hole high, but left was just not good. You can see how firm and fast that was. With the greens being pretty soft throughout the whole round, didn't expect it to be that fast and release that far. And then kind of was rushing here. It's one of those times that just getting the tripod right, I was just kind of stepped up and hit it without really reading it too much, and absolutely one of the worst putts I've probably hit in the last 2 years. So that's a bogey, drops me back to 1 under. And 9, unfortunately, kind of the same thing here. This is very uncharacteristic, just pull, kind of trying to hit a little bleeder fade. Again, hopefully you guys watch my stuff on Instagram and TikTok, and you can see I played about a week ago here. Nice little peely fade, just did not happen there. But I had 180, a little into the wind, so going with the draw 7 iron. Got to draw it around the tree, but obviously with water right, like I had to overdraw it, so I'm almost trying to draw it left edge of the green and just hope I maybe hang it out a little bit. And if not, ends up in the bunker. It kind of stinks that it ended up on the left side of the bunker because it was a downslope, short-sided this pen. This really had no chance to get close. I mean, I could have gotten crazy, tried to land in the rough, but then you bring double into play, and it's just not worth it. So kind of just took my medicine, gave myself a putt at par. I mean, it was a good 18 feet or so. Not what I wanted at all, but it's what it is. Of course, we're not grinding. This is a very casual round, so no sweat at all. But just a putt here. I was playing a little outside right. I felt like it was uphill because that bunker shot was so fast, so I gave it a little speed. Ended up breaking a lot for that much speed, and ended up having a little work for the bogey, but thankfully knocked it down. But yeah, back-to-back bogeys to finish the front 9, shot even on it. Well, yeah, I know that wasn't my best golf, and not the longest video either, but I just want to give you a little something on the YouTube of Pursell Farms and Farmlinks. So make sure you hit like and subscribe if you're not already. It means a ton to the channel. That kind of makes the difference in how much I can put in from a production standpoint. And I'm always trying to do the best I can and make the best videos for you guys. So I appreciate the support. If you made it to the end of the video, that means a ton. So thanks for being here. Stay tuned for a little bit more of a proper 18-hole YouTube video at Pursell Farms. That is coming, I promise. So if you're not already, follow Jake Des on Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. But appreciate y'all being here. Stay tuned for more videos.